Hello, it's me again. So I want to talk some more today about what I was talking about the other day about Jesus being a rabbi and not a woodworker, like we've been taught, not a carpenter. Um, so, uh, so I established yesterday that the carpenter would have been called a tekton, a day laborer, and Jesus was never referred to as that. Um, Jesus read. We have a record of him getting into the book of Isaiah and reading, uh, Lord has rise and shine. No, anyways, it says something like, Lord has sent me to open the eyes of the blind, uh, open the ears of the deaf, heal the sick, something like that. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He got up and read that in in uh, in a synagogue, or whatever, and then they tried to stone him, but he just walked off from the middle of them. So that's another reason why I think that Jesus was a rabbi instead of a woodworker, because tektons, woodworkers, would not have been able to read. Uh, the the way I understand, okay, I didn't research this. I read a book called G, Velvet Elvis by Rob Bell. It just talks about looking at the Bible differently. Um, but he goes through in there and explains and he cites all of it. So I'm just trying to regurgitate what I felt I read. Um, if you want to know more about it, read the book Velvet Elvis, and I'd recommend reading it anyways. But when the kids get into a certain age, they go to the priest or whoever is in head of the synagogue, and they just spend some time with them. And then after the amount of time is over with, if the kid is somebody the priest thought could uh, carry on his lineage, he would say, "Follow me," and then they would follow them, and they would become their disciples, and then they would eventually become priests also. And so it's really paramount then when Jesus says to the in in Mark 1:16 through 20, Luke 5, 2 through 11, and Matthew 4, 18 through 22. It's all the same story, but from different perspectives. But Jesus calls Simon Peter, Andrew, James, and John to come follow him. They were at their family's fishing boats, and Jesus came up and said, "I'm going to teach you to fish for men. Lay down your nets and follow me," or something like that. And and they did. But why is that? Why that? The story I just said adds an extra layer of depth to this, because these people, these kids, Simon, Andrew, James, and John, had been sent home from the synagogue because the priests didn't think they're good enough to carry on the priestly lineage, so they sent them home to just do their family trade. And so Jesus, a rabbi, goes up and finds these people, finds these kids in the middle of their job, and says, "I believe in you. I want you to follow me because I'm going to make you fishers of men." And so that's just another example of Jesus giving people a second chance. It's yeah. So I think that's a good perspective to the story. I hope you were blessed by it today. I wrote a book called Jesus the Orthodox. It's called Escaping the Corruption in the World. I'll post a link in the comments. I've been in church my whole life. I remember going to VBI when I was in kindergarten. But so I've heard most things, and so I've uh, back about in 2012, I just really started reading the Bible and exploring it, and I just a lot of stuff that we were taught in church isn't what the Bible says. And so I wrote a lot of that stuff down in a book I called Jesus the Orthodox, Escaping the Corruption in the World. I'll post a link in the comments. I think like the ebook is only like $4. So click the link, buy the book, tell your friends, share the page, do all the do all the stuff that influencers do. Anyways, have a good day. Talk to you some other time.